What's up everyone, welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today we're going to be doing a fun team build for a Latveria team featuring one of the new Doom chases, specifically this guy right here, Doom the Annihilating Conqueror, and we're going to be messing around with some cosmic and future stuff on a Latveria team, and yeah. So without further ado, let's check out the team. Alright, so starting us off, like I said, here we have Doom the Annihilating Conqueror. And man, does he look awesome. So I love these new green bases too, by the way. They just add so much more extra to chases, make him look so much cooler. So the reason we're going to use him right here, first of all, he has this trait, the Many Faces of Doom. At the beginning of the game, you may choose a starting line of equal points on a character from your sideline that also has this trait. If you do, replace this character with the chosen character. So basically, if you have any of these other chase Dooms on your sideline, you can switch them out to whichever one you think might be best for whatever you're going against. I personally only own the one right now, and he's good enough for me. I do want to try and get a couple of the other ones at least, but yeah, so definitely if you have more than just him, totally keep them on the sideline and switch them out if you have them. Now his other trait here is the main reason we're using him. During force construction, friendly characters with the cosmic, future, and past keywords gain Latveria keyword. I think that got errated to say or past keywords, so you don't have to have all three. Any of the three, and you get the Latveria keyword. So really cool. Really easy to make good Latveria teams now with this guy. And then his other trait, at the beginning of the game, opposing characters who lose all keywords not printed on their cards, and if one or more keywords were lost this way, Doom the Annihilating Conqueror has cosmic energy team ability this game. So if you're going against any of those, you know, Spider-Man family teams that hand out a bunch of keywords, or even another copy of this guy on an opponent's team, then they lose all those extra keywords they gain, and he gets power cosmic or cosmic energy. And yeah, so it makes him a little bit better, gives him some safeguard outwit. So we're going to be playing him at the 75-point line. Gives him running shot, pulse wave, toughness, 11 attack, 3 damage, 8 range, pretty good. He gets a lot of range combat expert there at the end. And of course, Minions of Doom team ability helps him heal up if he gets a KO on something. So yeah, he's a pretty solid 75-point figure, and he's going to be allowing us to add a lot of really cool figures onto a Latveria team. Now, one of the main things I first thought of when I saw that trait was this new Bishop from House of X, the Prime. Looks really cool, very much like the animated series. I think this one actually is supposed to be from the animated series. So yeah, we'll take a look at his card. He's really good. So as you can see, his only keywords are X-Men and Future. So with Future, that lets him get the Latveria keyword from Doom. And then he has a trait, Phase Teleport. Once per game, when Bishop uses it, after resolutions, he may generate a Shard Bystander, which is on the back of his card. We'll take a look at that in a second. And then he also has, when Bishop attacks one or more characters with the past and or future keywords, or that can use probability control, modify attack +2 and damage +1. So if you're going against a similar team with a lot of future or past keywords, or even anybody that can use prob control, he gets a major stat boost, which is really cool, because his stats are already pretty good for only a 40-point character. And he also has energy shield deflection and toughness on his defense there. So taking a look at the back of his card here, we can see the Shard Bystander. She's got that running shot, 10 attack, precision strike, 17 toughness, and 3 damage with a 6 range. Then she also has this amazing trait here that says opposing characters can only attack characters within 5 squares of themselves. That's the main reason we're playing this Bishop, to get out the Shard Bystander, to use this trait, which basically reduces the range of everybody on your opponent's team to 5, because they can only attack characters within 5 squares of themselves. So that's really good. That means they have to get a lot closer than they might want to. Then she has another trait here that says, after the resolution of any action, if no friendly character named Bishop is on the map, KO Shard. So you do have to protect Bishop, because if you lose Bishop, you'll lose Shard as well, and you'll lose that awesome trait that she has. Bishop himself, like I said, only 40 points. He's got running shot, 11 attack, 17 defense with that defense special, and 3 damage with outwit. So already pretty good secondary attacker with the running shot. You know, you can outwit some stuff, could potentially do a lot of damage to somebody with, you know, past, future, or probability control. So yeah, he's a really, really solid 40-point character. And once he makes that Shard Bystander, he's going to make it so that you know, they have to come a lot closer than they want to, and we can easily outrange them because he has 6 range by himself, and then Doom the Annihilating Conqueror has 8 range. The main strategy here is basically just going to be to outrange your opponent, because we have a lot of characters on this team with really long ranges, and since your opponent can't attack anything within outside of 5 of them, basically, then they're just going to hopefully get shot to death before they can get close enough to do anything. That's the goal. So our next figure here to kind of accomplish that is Dark Phoenix. She's got the Cosmic keyword, so we're going to be playing her at the 30-point line, and yeah, she looks awesome. This figure is super powerful, really, really good retaliator. So like I said, Cosmic keyword is why she gains the Latveria keyword from Doom the Annihilating Conqueror. She starts with a trait that says when Dark Phoenix KOs an opposing character or an opposing character takes 4 or more damage from her attack, after resolutions you can heal her 1 click, and she may heal past her starting line this way but can't be healed in any other way. So basically, yeah, if she KOs something, she gets to heal past her starting line. If you can, try to KO something with her, so she does get to heal that little bit. And then she has Colossal Retaliation, which is free. If no friendly character has been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that attacked Dark Phoenix or damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Dark Phoenix such that she can make a close attack, targeting the chosen character, then do so, targeting all other characters, friendly or opposing, within 3 squares. Hit characters are given an action token and are each dealt 2 penetrating damage instead of normal damage. So basically, if they do manage to damage one of your characters or even just make an attack against her, you can take a free action to place her anywhere that she can make a close attack, and she's colossal, so her close attacks are going to be within 3 squares of her, and then everything within 3 squares of her is going to get attacked, and she's going to potentially do 2 penetrating and give them an action token, which is just super powerful. And she doesn't have any type of colossal indifference, so she can actually make any attacks against any characters after this free action. She can still make an attack. That means she could, you know, damage them with this, then finish something off, then potentially heal off her starting line. And then she's got a stop click right here, stop impervious. So yeah, we're going to be playing her at the 30-point line there with just the sidestep, stop impervious, and the Colossal Retaliation power. So yeah, like I said, main goal, if you can KO something with her, you can heal her up a couple clicks maybe, and then they have to hit her back on the stop click. It makes her a huge pain to deal with. And yeah, she's just really great. One of the best retaliators in the game still. And oh yeah, I forgot to point out that she has a whopping 10 range triple target. So like I said, we're trying to keep the opponent at range. She's got 10 range, and she's colossal, so she can see over everybody. So she's going to be able to make those range attacks from twice the distance that your opponent is going to be able to attack you from. Now, next up, we have just some more Latveria figures. Pretty much the rest of this team is just actual Latveria figures. And here we have Molecule Man. There we go. Yeah, he looks really cool. It's really nice to finally get a new Molecule Man for once. This guy's really good. We're going to be playing him at 30 points, and notice he also has 8 range triple target there. So we'll take a look at what he can do. So he's got a trait that gives him Smoke Cloud as free. Then he has free, roll a d6 and choose a number of non-debris terrain markers within range up to the result. Replace those markers with any combination of hindering, water, or blocking terrain markers. At the beginning of your next turn, remove all markers placed this way. So pretty much what you're going to want to do is just take a free action to use that Smoke Cloud, then take another free action to roll a d6 and potentially turn all of those smoke markers into blocking terrain markers. And then he also just has regular barrier on top of that on the 30-point line here. So he can take a power action then to just generate 4 barrier markers on top of all of that other barrier and hindering markers that he just made. So he can really wall off an area, and he also has stealth and 11 attack with triple target incapacitate, and some outwit too. So the main reason for him is we're going to use his really long range to outwit anything they have like charge or running shot, and then we're going to take the free action to make a bunch of smoke cloud markers, and then we're going to take the power action to barrier and the free action to make all those other smoke cloud markers into barrier markers.
and just kind of wall off an area. Or if you don't want to take the power action to barrier, you could make an attack with triple target incapacitate to kind of hold them up a little bit as well. Whichever you think is best for the situation. Like maybe you roll a 6 on the smoke and you got enough barrier to last you for the turn. So then maybe try to make an attack, but you might have to make the attack before your barrier. Actually, that's an important thing I should mention. If you do think you want to incapacitate, you should actually try to do that before your barrier off everything, because then he's not going to be able to see them. So try to remember that fact first. But yeah, he's just really good. He can really, block off a whole area. He can incap a lot of people. He can outwit stuff. Has a long range. He's Power Cosmic too, or Cosmic Energy. I keep saying Power Cosmic all the time. I'm still used to Power Cosmic. So that means he's going to get to roll for willpower every turn, and potentially take tokens off himself. Forgot to mention that for her too. She's Colossal, so she gets willpower on a 3 to 6 to keep taking tokens off herself every turn. And then if he gets willpower from the Cosmic Energy team ability potentially too, then again, you have lots of token removal here for them to just keep going, keep going. But now we have another character to look at here, Puppet Master. This guy also is only 40 points, and he's pretty crazy. So we'll take a look at him now. So he can start the game with the radioactive clay equipped, and when he uses its effect, it does not KO after he hits with it. So we'll take a look at the radioactive clay here in just a second, but basically he's got stealth to keep him kind of safe there, but he also has super senses and shape change, so even if they manage to get up within 5 squares of you, if they can see through his stealth or whatever, they still got really good defense there with the super sense and shape change. And a 12 attack with precision strike is insane. 12 attack, his whole dial is nuts. He only has a 4 range, so that doesn't really matter that much, because when we take a look at the radioactive clay, we'll see why. But he also has a 1 damage, so if they do get close enough, you could precision strike for 1 damage at least, and then get some incap there later. And some outwit and willpower as well, just like everybody else. He's wild card, team player, team ability, so he can copy a team ability. I would choose the Latveria, or the Minions of Doom team ability, just to give him something. That way, anytime anybody KOs a character, at least if he KOs a character, I guess I should say, then he could potentially heal him a click if for some reason he was injured. You can also pick X-Men from him, and they could heal each other with X-Men team ability. So there's a couple of team abilities he can copy. But now we'll take a look at the radioactive clay. There it is. It's just a creepy little see-through radioactive clay doll dude thing. I don't know. Anyway, the card here says Mind Control with a range of 10, but only to target a single opposing character. When this character uses it, he can use improved targeting, blocking, elevated, and hindering, and when they hit after resolutions KO radioactive clay. So by his trait, he doesn't have to KO it when he hits. He gets just a permanent 10 range mind control with single target that can see through blocking, hindering, and elevation. So that's really, really good, obviously. The main reason I wanted to play him was because he can see through all that terrain. He's got super long range. For the mind control is really, really good now because there's so many more powers that you can use with mind control. Basically, almost every power, lots of the powers now just trigger off of a close or range attack instead of an action. So to mind control them, you get to use all of those powers that they might have, with a few exceptions, like you can't use energy explosion. I don't think you can use pulse wave, but there's just a couple exceptions like that. So the fact that you actually get to use most of their powers when making them attack their own characters now is just really good. And then they also get to move. So you actually just, after he mind controls them and potentially hits one of their own characters, then you move them back as far as you can go. Because we're trying to keep them as far back as possible, keep them way outside of their range to attack us, and we're just trying to outrange them. So after he mind controls somebody and hits with something, or at least attacks something, then you run them as far back the other direction as you possibly can. And another thing I have here to help with that a little bit is the unpainted Dr. Doom. He's going to be our other kind of secondary attacker there. I haven't painted this one yet. I just got him recently. Not really sure what I want to paint him with yet. Maybe just make him look like a normal Doom. Maybe make him look like a, God Doom with the white robes. Maybe look like an Iron Doom, paint him red and gold. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas for what you'd like to see him painted as, let me know in the comments and I might do it. But yeah, so he's really cool. We're going to be playing him at 40 points. And I'm going to play him because he's got traded leadership, so that kind of helps. We already have a lot of token removal amongst some of our characters, but a little extra leadership could help out as well. Then he has this special attack power that gives him energy explosion, and when he uses it after resolutions, each hit character is knocked back 2 squares in a direction of your choosing. Now he just has to hit, he doesn't have to actually deal damage, so even if they have invulnerability, impervious, invincible, whatever, as long as he hits them with the energy explosion, he can knock them back 2 squares. And that's kind of, just the whole name of the game here with this team. We're trying to push them back as far as we can. And a big 8-range double target energy explosion that knocks everybody back 2 squares in the direction of your choosing definitely helps with that. Sidestep, 10 attack with that energy explosion special, 17 toughness, and 3 damage with perplex. So he gives us a little bit of perplex for the team, as well as the traded leadership. He got some regen and range combat expert, and I think pulse wave there as well. So even if he takes a click of damage there, he's still pretty nasty to deal with. Yeah, so that's pretty much the only reason he's here, just another long-range attacker that pushes them back even more. All right, so if you've been counting along, we are currently at 255 points. Now, there's a lot of things we can actually do to round out the 45 points of this team. I'm going to go through a couple of options and then I'll get to what I personally would do. One option, of course, is you could just play a second Dark Phoenix. That's totally cool. If you had 2, throwing a second one on there would work great. You could also play 2 of either of these guys, the Puppet Master or the Dr. Doom, if you wanted to. If you really wanted to use either of their abilities twice, you could do that. But another option you could use is Kristoff here. He's a rare from Fantastic Four Future Foundation, and just playing him on the 40-point line, he can give you some telekinesis as well as some more outwit. So, sidestep, TK, 18 toughness, outwit, 10 attack, 3 damage, 6 range, double target. He can make some attacks, mainly just for some TK and some outwit to do some more, support for the team. I feel like there's enough outwit on the team, and I don't really feel like TK is especially necessary on the team. So while you could play him, I personally think there's some better options. One of my favorite options would be Valeria Richards here from the Fantastic Four set. She's only 40 points, so we'd still have 5 points left over for some type of, map bonus or equipment, whatever you want to just throw on there. Basically, the reason I would choose her is because for free, she can choose a standard attack power and use that power till your next turn. So if you wanted TK, there you go. She can pick TK. She can pick poison if they get up on her, and she can poison people. She can pick penetrating blast or precision strike or whatever. There's a lot of cool things you can do with that. But the main reason I would use her is because of her perplex. She can use Perplex with a range of 8, and as a unique modifier, when she uses Perplex to target another character she shares a keyword with, she can instead modify a combat value except for damage by +2. That doesn't even matter because you can't Perplex damage now anyway. So basically just a +2 Perplex on someone she shares a keyword with is great for 40 points, and she's got decent dial there for the points as well. Yeah, I really like her for the +2 Perplex. Just up our attacks for, her or him if he really needs it. He can have a 14 attack mind control. I'd probably mainly be upping his attack to 12 for his energy explosion. But yeah, she's a really solid choice. Another really good choice, if we want to play another Dr. Doom, there's a unique Dr. Doom from Fantastic Four. He still looks really cool. And yeah, so he has a 45-point line. The only bummer here is we won't have the points to play the 5-point trait here where he can swap out himself with a couple of Doombots at the beginning of the game. He does have traded leadership and mastermind, and when he uses leadership and succeeds, instead of the normal effect, you may generate a number 5 Doombot. So you can basically just sit him in the back and roll leadership all day and pop out Doombots. And actually this map bonus lets you re-roll leadership rolls and it's normally +5, but if you're a Latveria team, it's 0 points to play this map bonus. And the cool thing about this map is it gives you a reroll for leadership, and if the character you chose to reroll their leadership is named Dr. Doom, then he also gets +1 to the roll. So if you do want to play him, definitely play this map bonus to help him just generate a bunch of Doombots and give you some extra attackers there. Another reason I would like to play him is because he has enhancement. We're playing him at the 45 line here. So we get another rending shot, energy explosion, toughness, and mainly that enhancement is really nice because upping damage values is really hard now. You can't perplex it. So that's another solid option. And honestly, I would choose either of these two. I can't really decide. Personally, I would choose either the +2 perplex or the Doom to generate Doombots to fill out the 45 points we have left. Both are really solid options. One other good option, though, it's a little bit harder to obtain here because she's a chase, is Valeria Von Doom. That gives you 30 points, and she does a lot for the team as well. This is probably what I would go with, just because she does so much for only 30 points. Free, roll a d6 and place her up to that many squares away. And when an opposing character is placed within 4 squares and line of fire of her after resolutions, deal them 1 penetrating damage. This did get errated, so this only triggers on your opponent's turn, but it does help a lot to deal with Colossal Retaliators and like TK and stuff. So that's kind of the main reason this would be my #1 choice to add to fill in our 45 points, because we're trying to keep them as far away as possible. And if we have her here, then they can't be TK'd, or, you know, they can't just pop over with Colossal Retaliation or anything without suffering the consequences of taking a penetrating damage for it. So she'd be my #1 choice here. And, you know, she also has this little kind of downside that when a friendly character KOs an opposing character of lower points, you give her an action token. That's not really a big deal. 90% of what she does is free. She's not going to be making attacks or anything. She also has leadership and perplex, and when she uses leadership and succeeds, you can choose a friendly character within 4 squares of line of fire, and they can use outwit till your next turn. So not only does she have leadership and perplex, she can also grant outwit to people. Super good. And again, this map bonus, I'd give it to her, give her the leadership rolls and, you know, the re-rolls of leadership. And so that way she can potentially give out outwit that much easier. Really solid dial there with 18 energy shield deflection for only 30 points. So yeah, basically, if you guys have this, this would be my #1 choice to fill out the team. Although we do still have 15 points left over. So in that case, if I was to play her, I'd probably just throw on a Doombot to fill out the 15 points. Same Doombots that that other Doom can generate with his leadership rolls. You know, 15 points, they have a cool effect here that basically if they try to target somebody with Latveria and ruler keywords, you can roll a d6, and on a 4 through 6, they can have to target him instead, which is pretty nice. Helps save your bigger Dooms. And for 15 points, they're pretty good attackers there with running shot, 10 attack, 3 damage. Yeah, they make a nice little filler piece for 15 points. But you could also, if you didn't want to play them, you could throw on like a power gem or some other random equipment, you know, whatever. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the team. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite version of it is. Would you guys prefer Valeria Richards or this Dr. Doom maybe instead of the Valeria Von Doom setup? I hope it helped you out, maybe gave you some ideas of some cool things you can do with this Doom, because there's lots of great cosmic and future and past keywords, keyworded characters, I should say, that you can, you know, just throw on a Latveria team with him. And man, is he cool. I really want to get all the rest of the chases, because this team would be a lot better if you had a few of the chases to put on the sideline to kind of switch out with him. Namely DJ Doom and Sorcerer Supreme Doom. Those ones are 2 of the better ones in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the team. Alright, so that's going to do it for this team build video. As always, make sure you guys let me know what your thoughts are on the team in the comments, and what you guys would do to change it up a little bit, or if you like it as is my way. Let me know. But yeah, if you liked the video, make sure you smash that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even more, check out the links in the description for our Patreon. And you can see your name here in the credits, as well as some other cool stuff, so check that out. And that's going to do it for this video. Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.